People call me a marketing guru, internet network, multi-level marketing. Now, I'm called a guru because over the past 5 years or so, I've been able to sponsor literally thousands of people into various programs, both on and offline. Now, that's made me a little money. Well, that's actually made me a whole lot of money. And as you might imagine, well, that's made my family and I pretty happy. But as I was building this team, I began noticing something rather troubling. As the team was growing through my efforts, I was the only one making serious money. Now, this meant I was going to have to keep marketing forever. I was never going to be able to stop the 12 to 15-hour days, both on the phone and computer, building and replacing, building and replacing. That always promised duplication? Yeah, that's a lie. As a matter of fact, less than 0.1% is ever really going to profit from traditional multi-level marketing. Now, let's think about why this is. What is it we're doing here? It's basically normal, everyday people talking to other normal, everyday people about joining a business. And upon joining, these people are supposed to miraculously turn into salespeople, and unfortunately, that's rarely the case, and they flounder. So, people such as myself train. We train new people. I created training systems, training programs, training webinars, training admin people. I did so much training. And when I noticed that not working, I even paid for people's ads. And even with all that expense and effort, over time, I started seeing this huge group of people that I had spent so much time and energy building shrinking into an always smaller group of people. Now, why is that? When people aren't making money, well, they get discouraged. And after they get discouraged, they get kind of mad. And after they get mad, well, they leave. It's a lot like herding cats. Constantly building while constantly replacing while constantly building. Now, that's because in traditional network and multi-level marketing, there's really only two scenarios here. There's the 99.9% that's going to make little or more than likely no money, or the less than 1 out of 1,000 that truly substantially profits. Now, that's horrible odds. But what causes this? And it's really simple. If you can't sell and you can't sponsor, well, folks, you're out of luck. So we can either throw in the towel on the entire concept of network marketing, or find a company with a pay plan that actually makes sense, that literally pays everyone for their efforts, so everybody who joins gets paid. Everyone who participates literally gets paid, whether you are a superstar who can sponsor a ton of people and sell a bunch of product, or you're the newbie who's brand new, just learning network marketing and just getting their feet wet. You perform a simple action, you get paid, period. Now, of course, we all know everyone has different wants and needs. Some love their careers and really just want a little supplement. Others simply want the time to pursue their passions, pursue their true interests. While then there's those such as myself who want to see just how big we can build something, take something to the absolute top. Well, let me tell you about a company that meets these needs and way more. We have a product that's highly desirable, and we're paid to advertise our product and build a team if you choose to. You don't need to. It isn't necessary. And you don't need to stock or distribute a product. It's digital. So let's talk about 3 separate scenarios, 3 different people here, and we'll start with Mary. Now, Mary is limited in resources, so she's starting at a modest beginning, just $299. Now, what Mary is doing is buying a contract, and it guarantees her that if she sells stuff, she can make as much as $50 a week. But if she never sells anything, as long as she advertises the company, she can never make less than $20 a week for an entire year. And if she wants to make more, she just buys more contracts. Which brings us to Mike. Now, Mike's a little bit more aggressive, so he starts with what we call our family plan, and that's $13.75. Now, again, Mike is buying a contract. And it assures Mike that if he sells stuff, he can make as much as $250 a week. But again, never less than $100 a week. Now, if he wants to make more, Mike just needs to buy more contracts. And that brings us to Jim and Ann. Now, they are highly motivated, so they start at what we call a team builder. Now, that's a more substantial outlay, but once again, folks, they are buying a contract. And that contract lets them know if they sell stuff, they can make up to $2,500 a week, but never less than $1,100 a week for an entire year. And again, if they want to make more money, they can just buy more contracts. Now, did you notice something about all three of these scenarios? None of them sponsored anyone. Had they sponsored people, they would have made more money. So you remember that your old Aunt Ethel who told you that if you ever call her about another business again, she'd kick your butt? Well, she's going to start seeing your life improving in multiple ways, paying off bills, buying nicer things, feeling freer, and she's going to see this happening while seeing you with more free time pursuing your interests. And she's not the only one that's going to notice these things happening, but the reaction of everyone who notices is going to be the same. So that magic, elusive sponsoring that has always been so hard, it's probably going to happen in spite of you. And since you're already assured of an income, well, folks, that's just icing on the cake, and that dropout rate we talked of is also gone. Now, I know we've all had, a little revenge we wanted to wreak on companies who claim to be stable. So let me tell you a few things that our company is doing. They are currently partnered with Best Western Hotel Chain to build 500 hotels. Now, that's not hotel rooms, folks. That is 500 hotels in the country of Brazil ahead of the World Cup and the Olympics. But even more impressive, in the last 12 months, they have created over 23 millionaires. Now, that is a ton of money. And now it's your turn. You need to go to the right, fill out your name and email address, and attend our webinar, then get in touch with whoever brought you here, and we'll get you rolling. See you there.